What's good, YouTube? Nappy192 here, back again, once again, and today, people, it's Thursday, so you know that means we have another Pokemon Top 5 ready to go for you guys. Now, last week we had the choice between either Electric type or Psychic type for this week's Top 5, and for the third week in a row, Electric type has lost. Now, for last week's Top 5, Electric lost to Grass by a margin of 2 votes. This time, Electric lost to Psychic by, and I kid you not, 1 vote. So Electric type users, you have to sit out again for a third week in a row, but you have a chance to vote for Electric again at the end of this week's episode. Also, keep in mind that this top 5 is 100% opinionated, meaning that if you don't agree with it, by all means leave your own top 5 in the comment section below. I choose not to use any legends in my top 5, but as I said, it's opinionated, so you can use legends if you so choose. So without any further ado, let's go right ahead and get into this week's top 5 Psychic type Pokemon. Leading our countdown this week in the number 5 slot, we have the one and the only Slowking, one of the handful of Pokemon that can actually speak. That's just fucking awesome to begin with. But people, please do not get your panties in a bunch because I said Slowking over Slowpoke or Slowbro. As I said in last week's top 5, most of the time when I call out a specific member of an evolutionary family, that's just because I prefer that one over everybody else. Simple as it gets. I don't hate Slowpoke. I don't hate Slowbro. If anything, give them a little bit of credit because their final evolution is on here. But to me, I just love Slowking. To me, I just never really, I just never really had any drive to get a Slowpoke or a Slowbro in Generation 1. But the moment I saw Slowking, I was like, dude, that's my dude right there. I don't know if it's because I'm King Nappy and that's Slowking, but I don't know. I just love that dude. I just love that dude. So that's why he's number 5 on this week's Top 5 Psychic-Type Pokemon. Rightfully claiming a spot on this week's top 5 is the one and the only Espeon. I know I say the one and the only all the time for my different top 5s, but I mean, for me, and some of you guys are going to hate me when I say this, I understand that the whole fan base behind the evolutions is intense and it's just thick, but for me, Espeon is the only evolution that I give 2 shits about. In first gen, I probably wouldn't ever pick up an Eevee. But the moment second gen came around, you know, this is just like Slowking all over again. The moment I saw Espeon, I was like, dude, that Pokemon is fucking awesome. That is fucking awesome. When I imagine a psychic evolution to Eevee, that is exactly what I think of. Exactly what I think of. You know, Umbreon is cool because it's kind of tanky and whatnot, but at the same time, Espeon is just, I don't know, there's something about Espeon. I'm sure some of y'all would prefer to see a little bit higher up on the list, but for me, Espeon is number 4 in this week's countdown. Claiming the number 3 spot this week is Metagross. It was incredibly hard for me to rank Metagross this low on the countdown. It was so hard for me to do this. So if anything, that should give you guys a little bit of a clue as to who the number 1 and number 2 picks are. The moment I saw Metagross in 3rd gen, I immediately fell in love with him. Immediately fell in love with him. If you guys know anything about me, if you've seen any of these top 5s before, you know I love strong Pokemon. I do not play defensively. I don't play super tactically. Is tactically a word? I don't know, but I'm all offense all the time. That is Metagross. This dude hits people and he hits people hard. Steven Stone, the motherfucking champion, nothing but respect for that dude for having a motherfucking Metagross on his team. I love this dude, but I had to rank him number 3 on the countdown because there's 2 more Psychic-Type Pokemon that just took the cake on him. So Metagross is just going to have to chill at the number 3 spot on this week's top 5. Now, the number 2 spot this week, everybody should have seen this one coming. This is the one and the only, here I am saying it again, the one and the only, Alakazam. You heard me say it last week for Victory Bell. You heard me say it the week before for Poliwrath. So I'm going to say it again this week. Alakazam is the number 1, he's the old school OG Psychic-Type Pokemon. He's OG, dude, 1st generation. You can't beat Alakazam. My only regret when it comes to Alakazam is that I have not used him as much as I would like to. And that's simply because he's trade evolution. That's all it is. Now, in my Team Rocket Edition live stream, I've actually got a chance to use Alakazam. I caught a wild one in the wild. How much sense does that make? But still, he is amazing. His special attack is fucking ridiculous. Alakazam is strong. He's amazing. I love this nigga. That's why he's number 2 on this week's top 5 countdown. taking the crown this week and the #1 spot on our countdown. I mean this when I say it. We have the one and the only. This is like the 15th time this episode I said it. We have the one and the only Gardevoir. Gardevoir, to be 100% honest with you guys, is one of the main reasons that I really like 3rd gen. I mean, I understand you can get Gardevoir in other generations, but just, you know, the way I see it, it's the same way that I like Magikarp to Gyarados. The evolution between Ralts, Kirlia, and the Gardevoir, you go from just such this small little insignificant Pokemon to this monster, and that's what Gardevoir is. Gardevoir is a monster. I accidentally killed Kyogre in my Sapphire Let's Play because Gardevoir got a crit with Psychic on it. Spoiler alert for any of y'all that haven't seen it yet, but Gardevoir, let's not even get started on how classy this nigga is right here. But anyways, I don't want to get into it anymore. Gardevoir is #1 on this week's top 5 Psychic type countdown. So there you have it, people. I hope you all did enjoy this week's top 5 Psychic type countdown. If you did enjoy it, please remember to hit that like button for me. Smash the fuck out of that motherfucker for me if you could. As always, share with us your top 5 favorite Psychic type Pokemon as well in the comment section below. And for next week, you already know Electric is gonna be up for vote, and of course Ghost type this week is going to be up for vote as well. So make sure you leave your top 5 favorite Psychic type Pokemon in the comment section below and vote for which type you'd like to see in next week's top 5, either Electric or Ghost. Let's see if Electric can finally make a comeback or if it's going to be sitting out for 4 weeks in a row. As always, people, thank you for checking out the video. You know me, YouTube, Nappy192. I'm out.